Hello, my name is Kimberly Wilson of Tranquility du Jour, and welcome back to another episode of Tea with Kimberly. So, I wanted to share some ideas on living in a small space. This is something I get questions about a lot. For the past almost 20 years, I've lived in 600 square feet with a partner and anywhere from 1 to 4 pets. So, we have figured out a few things along the way. And I wanted to share some tips with you in case you too are living in a small space, thinking of downsizing, or just curious of how to maximize your own. Number one, mirrors, mirrors, mirrors. So as you see here, I've got a huge mirror. It's also for my dance practices, but also I have a mirror above the mantle. I have a mirror in the bedroom above a mantle in there. And then I also have a full length mirror in the bedroom for getting dressed. And then, of course, 2 mirrors in the bathroom. Mirrors really expand space and light. It's all about the light. As much light as possible. We have 3 big sliding glass doors that go out on the outdoor patio. Okay, the patio is tiny, but still, it's such a treat to have outdoor space in the city. Number 2 is containers. So I like to have containers for everything. Here's an example. It's a little noisy, but here is my washi tape container. Okay, so this is just decorative tape to use for sealing thank you notes and in my art journal, things along those lines. But I like to have it all together. So I have containers throughout the house that are just filled with various things, whether or not that's pet treats, whether or not it's creative supplies or tools, whether or not it's all my ballet shoes, things along those lines. You really have to be creative and smart with all of your things if you are living in a small space. So it's really a lot about organization. Number 3 that I want to mention is using vertical space. So you see behind me, my partner was tired of seeing books, stacks of books piled up on the floor by the bed. So he put vertical space. He added these bookshelves. We have them here in the living room. This is my living room, pretty much, and my dance studio. And then over there, you will see is my kitchen and my dining area. I'm doing a house tour that you'll find over on Instagram shortly. But in the interim, I just wanted to show you a little piece of this and to give some ideas. So, we've got vertical space. And then in the other room, we also have vertical space in the bedroom. And that just helps to lift things up, get them off the floor. We don't want books on the floor. They deserve a sacred space. It's just that my built-ins, which you'll see built-ins here, they were full. And so I needed more space. So we have it there. The other thing are lamps. I love little lamps just kind of throughout. We do have overhead lighting, of course, with the chandelier, but first thing I do when I come into these rooms in the morning is I turn on all the lamps. There's just something, again, about light, and then also that just like spruces up a tiny space. Flowers and plants are a must. Just to have life, breathe back into a space is really, really important. I can never be without flowers. And plants are critical. And then we have this little garden outside and this huge ficus to my left, which you can see. I mean, he's just massive. So these are things that help just give a little bit of life and love. Hideaway desks, tables, beds. Think of like a Murphy bed. My partner in the bedroom, which is tiny, has a little hideaway desk. Basically, it folds up kind of like it would in a ship or in a lot of little apartments in France. It folds up and then you pull it down and you have a little workspace desk. It's so nice. And, I've got my desk here, here's my workspace. There's our living room and there's the dance studio, all within about 200 square feet, right? So to have hideaway places for, again, tables can be really nice if you can, take the table, like he has a desk that just folds right back up. And it just helps to free up the space when you're not using it, which is really, really nice. Small furniture and appliances. So as you see, we have a tiny little chaise lounge for our seating area, a little chair. And then all of our appliances are the small appliances, which is really helpful. It must have given us 3 more inches of counter space in the kitchen. Massive though. It really made a huge difference. We were like, Oh my gosh, this place is like a mansion. Okay, my kitchen is so, so tiny, but those little appliances, and then they found a couple of inches in the back wall that they could push back. And it was like, whoa, so much space. A few inches really makes a big difference. And then, of course, double duty your furniture. So I have a desk here. I use it for work, obviously. I use it for creativity. I use it for writing, all the things one uses a desk for. Now, however, our kitchen table also becomes a desk, also becomes a space for entertaining and hosting. So, double duty of various pieces. This little spot over here, the chaise lounge, is also a place where, with this little sea table, my partner will work a lot and have the pets with him. I also have a little dog bed right next to me so that my dog can be with me at all times. So, again, all these different pieces of furniture, what else can they be useful for? And ideally, we don't want to have anything that can't be used for a few things when you're living in a tiny space. So, these are tales from 600 square feet for the past almost 2 decades, and just a few of the little things that I have learned along the way. I hope it's helpful, and feel free to check out more tips and ideas around this at kimberlywilson.com.